It is experiencing a planetary civilization reaching it. And when viewed through the broader lens of history, this moment begins to resemble something far larger than entertainment alone. Because across thousands of years, civilizations separated by oceans and languages described history not as a straight line, but as a sequence of ages, rising periods of expansion, followed by turning points that reshaped the world. The Greeks described ascending ages of civilization before renewal. Hindu traditions outlined repeating yuga cycles, marking transitions between eras. Mesoamerican calendars tracked epoch-ending cycles, tied to astronomical timekeeping. Ancient Near Eastern prophetic writings described periods when global trade, political authority, and communication systems would converge into powerful centralized structures before entering restructuring phases, which is why the language of the Book of Revelation, written nearly 2,000 years ago, describing worldwide economic exchange systems, centralized authority, influencing multiple nations, and events witnessed globally, resonates so strongly in a modern world connected by satellite communication, digital finance, and globally synchronized markets. And whether interpreted symbolically or literally, the prophetic framework repeatedly emphasizes not simply the destruction of the world, but the end of an age, a civilizational turning point, when dominant systems reach their peak scale and begin transforming, exposing structural weaknesses and forcing societies to confront how power, technology, and influence have been used. A pattern historians have documented repeatedly in earlier empires, from the Bronze Age collapse to the Roman transition to later imperial cycles, where collapse rarely began with a single catastrophic event, but with interconnected systems becoming so concentrated and interdependent that disturbances in one region triggered cascading global effects. A structural condition now measurable in modern financial markets, supply chains, and communication infrastructure, meaning that for the first time in recorded history, humanity is not watching a regional empire approach this threshold. It is experiencing a planetary civilization reaching it. And that is why ancient warnings, prophetic writings, and historical patterns suddenly feel less distant and more immediate. Not because history is repeating in identical form, but because the same structural forces that shape the rise and transformation of past civilizations are now operating at global scale, raising the same enduring question echoed across every age. When the cycle turns again, will humanity recognize the pattern in time to evolve beyond it, or continue the sequence that has closed every previous era?